Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla. Tesla's charging network was essential for Tesla to become successful. If a long-distance road trip in an EV should not just stay a pipe dream, they had to build out a charging network. But nobody wanted to help out. Elon said that they were very open to letting others use their charging network from the beginning if they wanted to help pay for getting the charging network up and running. But no one wanted to help. Neither Ford or GM would chip in to get access to the network and help build it out. But Tesla knew without the network their cars would be nothing but city cars. They had to do it alone without any outside support. So Tesla took the burden upon themselves to build the network of supercharging stations 10 years ago. But this might be one of the biggest advantages for Tesla. But also long term, even though they are opening it up to other EV users, this will only make Tesla billions of dollars, and with Tesla's many technologies, turn Tesla into one of the biggest utility companies on the planet. And no one else is even close. There are other charging companies like Electrify America that I just did an interview with at the Fully Charged live show in San Diego to hear about their plans. And if you think Tesla is in the lead of the electric car, well, you have seen nothing yet compared to their lead in the charging network. Here Tesla is in completely a league of their own. No one comes close, and Tesla is about to take it to a whole other level never seen before. And at the end of this story about the EV revolution, Tesla will not only be the leader and the winner of the greatest underdog story ever told, their charging network will make sure they will also be seen as the hero of this story. So let's check it all out and let's dive right in. So I did a little interview with Electrify America at the Fully Charged live show to hear what they were doing about the stall that was not working and how fast they plan to expand their network. So they are doing a lot of great things. They really are. Like over 150 stations of their 800 stations they have already today already have battery storage at the site, and they are building out some solar farms as well, so that is really cool. But they are also faced with a lot of problems. They are changing about 300 old chargers with new technology. So that is of course a good thing, but they have only been up and running for 6 years. So many of the charging stalls are already out to date and old technology. So that of course adds a lot of extra time and cost to their business, that they use technology that is already outdated. Remember, many of Tesla's 120 and 150 kilowatt chargers that are still up and running with more than 90% uptime are almost a decade old. Electrify America do have a command center to keep an eye on all the chargers and a fleet of operators to go physically out there and check all the charging stations and make sure they work. They are trying to keep a close eye on the stations and all the stalls, but something is not working in this system, as Nikki from Transport Evolved experienced when she drew her F-150 Lightning down to the Fully Charged live show. She came to a charger that was not really working well, charging with only about 30 kilowatts, so they dropped that one and they drew to the next one where there was 4 stalls, but 2 was not working, so they had to wait to get the charge they needed. And this was in this month, September of 2022, that we still see a lot of problems with the chargers from Electrify America. So the study done in California about charging stations only having an uptime about 72% seems still to be true also for Electrify America's network as well. We also saw Alicia. Some might know Kyle that are making a lot of EV content on YouTube. Alicia is Kyle's girlfriend, but Kyle was asked not to tweet about Electrify America as Kyle is sponsored by Electrify America, but Kyle's girlfriend is of course not, so she posted this on Twitter. I checked the network provider's app, so Electrify America's app, which said the station was online, arrived at low state of charge and found the entire station being offline. After arriving, I checked PlugShare to see it listed the station as being offline due to new hardware upgrades. So this is probably one of the 300 stations that has the old hardware. So the problem here is that the Electrify America app did not show this as she showed with these screenshots of the Electrify America app. So this of course does not give a lot of confidence in the app if it actually doesn't know if the stalls are up and running or not. Where Teslas know this live, and the car knows it as well, and will even direct you to other stations if this one you're going to is starting to get full. And we do need to be able to count on these stalls working, as we sometimes go to the charging station with something like 5 or 10% back on the battery. And if the station doesn't work, you are in big trouble. Like I did just the other day. I came to the Tesla charging station in ECAST on our way home. 16 stalls with the base already made for 4 more stalls to come later, with 250 kilowatt chargers of course. And as you can see, it even charged with 258 kilowatt at some point. But we arrived with about 5% left on the battery. But I didn't worry one single second because I knew they would work. And I could of course also live see it on my screen in the car how many stalls was available, and I could see that there was only 1 stall taken. This is how your charging experience should be. But unfortunately, this is not really the reality for many EV owners outside Teslas. As we saw last year here in Europe, not only did I see a couple of examples of EV chargers not working on a road trip I did with my family here in Europe, but even Herbert Diess complained about the Ionity charging network not working and said it is not good enough. And Ionity is kind of Electrify America's European twin, also created out of Volkswagen's Dieselgate scandal as Electrify America is. So no wonder that while I was charging, an Audi e-tron pulled up behind me and started charging at the Tesla chargers, as this one is one of the open one for other EVs. They are already open in 14 different countries here in Europe. It is still only for citizens of the country, so to use the Tesla chargers in Denmark you have to be a Danish citizen. But even though we have opened it up to other EVs, it is not like we see in difficulties with getting a stall, as the busy ones are not opening up to other non-Teslas. But as Tesla expands their charging network much faster than anyone else, this will become more normal to see a non-Tesla at a Tesla charging station, because they are reliable and everywhere. I still think this is going to be a brilliant move from Tesla. They will become one of the biggest provider of energy to the new transportation sector, earning Tesla billions of dollars worldwide, and at the same time get huge advertising, as every other EV owner will have to download their Tesla app, create a Tesla account, and then select charge your non-Tesla. So that is how the world would see this. There are Teslas and there are non-Teslas. It doesn't really matter if you drive a Dacia or Mercedes. They are all just non-Teslas. I think this is brilliant marketing and will be paid for the non-Tesla customers. And as I said, Tesla is building more chargers than anyone else. It is not even saturated. Electrify America, as they said themselves in the interview I did, has 800 charging stations right now with 4 to 10 stalls, so about 6 stalls on average. That means that in the 6 years Electrify America have been working, they have put up about 4,800 fast charging stalls. That is about 800 stalls a year. This is what Tesla puts up in a month. In June of this year, they put up 828 units. That is not just the US, of course, but worldwide, but still, this is all Electrify America does. They are making charging stations for EVs and nothing else. Okay, they're putting up some solar farms and some local battery storage at the charging stations, But still, this is what they do. Tesla doesn't just put up charging stations. They also put up solar panels and battery storage, just like Electrify America, but Tesla is also making that battery storage and solar panels and solar roof for your home and battery storage for your home. And oh yeah, they did also produce more than 550,000 electric vehicles in the first half of this year. At the same time, they put up more than 10 times as many fast charging stalls as Electrify America did. And it's even worse here in Europe with Ionity. They only have 430 locations so far with 1,876 stalls. That is only about 4.3 stalls per station. And as Herbert pointed out, they also have pretty bad downtime. And they have also been around for 6 years. But the plan is to be at 7,000 stalls by 2025. So they expect to really ramp up over the next 3 years. But still, Tesla right now has over 800 charging stalls in Europe. They put up number 800 back in June, as I reported on in my news show, so they are of course already past that number, and per August this year they had 842 stations. But they also had about 9,000 stalls at that point in June. About 11 chargers per stall. So again, Ionity, that does nothing but build charging stations, will not even be at Tesla's level of today in 2025, when they have been operational in almost a decade. So even though it sounds like a crazy ramp Ionity will make, it is nothing compared to Tesla's already existing charging network in Europe. And Electrify America will also be far from what Tesla has, as Electrify America expects to double their charging network over the next 2 years. Tesla already have more than 1,600 stations in the US. So again, Electrify America will have as many stations in 2025 that Tesla has today. But one very important difference is that Tesla has an average of 9 stalls per stations and Electrify America about 6. And Tesla will be building more stalls per site going forward, as they have stated in a press release before, also because they see what is coming. Where Electrify America has no plans to increase the number of stalls on their station, as they said in the interview I did, they will continue with 4 to 10 stalls per stations, as they see this as the sweet spot. I would say they don't see the future coming, where we see Tesla building huge stations like the one in Coalinga with 164 stalls. That one station will have as many stalls as what would be about 9% of all Ionity's chargers in all of Europe that has ever been built for the last 6 years. Tesla will put that in one station. That's just crazy. And Tesla wants to triple their charging network over the next 3 years, and they said that back in 2021. So maybe by 2024, 2025, Tesla should have about 90,000 stalls worldwide. No one is going to be even close to these numbers. Ionity will be about 7,000 at that point, and Electrify America about 10,000 at that point. And one of the reasons Tesla can build them so much faster is, of course, a decade of improving the design of the charger and how to build it and produce it. And now they have opened up a factory in China that can produce more than 10,000 units a year from a single factory. So the Tesla price of installing a supercharger is really where Tesla sets themselves apart from everyone else, as we also saw in Texas, as a Texas program which gave grants to installing fast EV chargers as long as they are open to non-Tesla cars, got applications by Tesla back in April. Also interesting is the amount of the grant, which can cover 70% of the cost of the charger to a maximum of $150,000 per charger. Tesla's application asks for as little as $30,000 per charger, while most other applications are claiming the maximum of $150,000 and perhaps cost even more. That was the maximum they could get. It would mean that Tesla superchargers cost no more than $43,000 per chargers versus over $200,000 for the competition based on the document in these applications to program. So Tesla's chargers is probably 1/5 of the price of the competition, but I have heard as low as 1/10 of the competition, but at least 1/5 of the competition. This just makes Tesla's business case so much better than anyone else on the market by far, and the others do nothing but make these charging stations. And Tesla is now also trying a lot of different opportunities at the charging stations, as we have all heard about Tesla's upcoming big supercharging station with diner and drive-in theater and so on. But here in Europe we did also see Tesla building these cool stations like the one me and my family visit on our road trip in Europe, in Germany, in NC, which had a nice little air-conditioned room with a very nice bathroom, a PlayStation games, food and drink and other stuff you could buy as well, including a pizza that would be ready in 4 minutes. This is the first of 300 expected BK World Climate Positive launches to be built together with Tesla. Very cool concept. So this is another way Tesla could potentially earn even more money on their charging station by selling goods at the stations, and therefore it would be a good idea to make them big so it can host a lot of guests and not just 6 guests as Electrify America is aiming for. Tesla is really seeing the grand vision here and is building the future of the gas station just better. But it's not only about the charging station and the charging speed of the charging stalls. Just the simple fact that Tesla came up with the preheat of the battery cut Tesla's cars' time spent at the charger by 25%. That is a big moat for buying a Tesla, because your ID3 might be able to use the Tesla charger, but first of all they can only charge with 125 kilowatt compared to Tesla's 250 kilowatt. But it does not preheat the battery on its way to the charging station, so that fact alone, without talking about the charging speed, will give the Tesla a 25% advantage. And on top of this, Tesla is also going to put up more battery storage and solar panels at the charging stations. But unlike Electrify America, that is also doing this, but they need to buy those batteries from someone, Tesla already makes their own. Tesla can just slam down a mega pack at each location and be done with it. And because Tesla have a little software program called AutoBetter, Tesla can actually also use these batteries to buy energy from the grid if they don't get enough free energy from the sun when prices are low during the night, and then sell it to its charging customers for a much higher price during the day. And even if the charging station is not being used as much as it can handle during the day, Tesla can just sell the energy back to the grid during peak hours and still earn a lot of money even with no car charging at the site. Tesla's charging stations will literally become small power stations for Tesla. And as I said, they do expect to already have over 90,000 stalls in 2024. So Tesla will probably have something like 8,000 charging stations at that point. And Tesla is also ramping up their Megapack production right now at their new Megapack factory in the US that has a capacity of 40 gigawatt hours of Megapacks in annual production. That is enough for more than 13,000 Megapacks. Tesla is still sold out of Megapacks through 2023, but could start setting them up at their charging station after 2023 and build out the world's biggest energy storage system that can earn Tesla a lot of money no matter if cars are charging at the station or not. What a money printer. Tesla is really setting themselves up to become the world's biggest utility company, with the biggest charging network, with the biggest energy storage system, especially if we also count in all the 6,500 Powerwall Tesla is producing right now per week. Yeah, Tesla is just a car company, right? No, GM is just a car company that did not want to help out Tesla 10 years ago with building out the charging network, and now have to pay the price. Their customers will get a Tesla app, make a Tesla account, take their non-Tesla car and go charge at the Tesla charging station, as they are the most reliable and widely spread charging station available in the country. And all of this will earn Tesla billions of dollars. And Tesla will not only be the leader of the EV race and the winner of the best underdog story ever told, but also become the hero of this story, as they did by themselves build out the very much needed reliable infrastructure for the world to embrace the EV.
And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.